It's a good Friday. Happy Good Friday for all those who celebrate. Me, who is Christian, does celebrate this holiday. I really like Good Friday. And this is not a religious video. I ain't trying to convert you. I ain't trying to, I ain't trying to go door to door telling you that, you gotta accept this or die or burn. This ain't none of that. That's not the point of this channel. Now, will I talk about religious topics? Probably. I am definitely going to talk about religious things, but not for the sake of conversion, not for the sake of anything. These are just ideas I explore, yo. I wanted to make the subject of the video about Good Friday, not to talk about what it's about or its meaning or whatever. You can do your own research or whatever, but just to talk about how today is a good day, man. Today is a day to go out and live your life, which is kind of strange because today is the day that Jesus died. Jesus died today, but we're supposed to call it good, so don't overthink it. Good Friday to me is a day I just enjoy my weekend, and it's crazy because I remember growing up, I went to Catholic school actually I only lasted a year, I'm not gonna lie, I only lasted a year at Catholic school. And I remember the father, that's what you call the priest, Father Alphonse, near and dear to men like him move the world forward. I remember he came up with this term called Creaster, which is Christmas, Easter, which are people who only go to church twice a year, which may end up being me. Who knows what wave I'm on? I might become the dreaded Creaster. And it's interesting to me how it's so interesting to me how this event, the death, the birth of Jesus too, and when Christmas time comes around, we'll talk about that. But it's so fascinating to me that in the Western world, and even in even in sub-Saharan Africa, where there's large Christian majorities, it's so fascinating to me that this event is celebrated worldwide because it happened thousands of years ago, and even today, the fact that some people get the day off tomorrow. My friend, he was telling me, "Oh, Caleb, yeah, tomorrow's apparently some holiday, so we might go on trip with the baby because it's holiday." I was like, wow, okay. Even somebody who doesn't believe in any religion, doesn't have any ties to this, is like, oh yeah, we're gonna celebrate Good Friday. And it's, for me, Good Friday, I mean, your boy's got work, so I'm not even gonna, and then I might go to mass. I might go to mass and do my thing. I think for me, Good Friday is just, it's a day where I'm just going to, reflect. I'm gonna do this. And if you don't believe, it's just a normal day. You're gonna go out, get litty titty, and do your thing. I think what I really wanted to talk about is how bad things can become good. I think that's really the main focus of this video today, because with Good Friday, yeah, overtly, something bad, I don't think you're gonna go to a funeral and just say, yeah, woo, I'm so happy, I never liked my grandma, she was a terrible person. You're not gonna do that. When someone dies, you reflect, you pause, you look back, and you observe piety. You try to say, oh man, this person croaked. We gotta reflect on their life. Even if they're a terrible person, you still gotta find nice things to say because their spirit might haunt you and they might, terrorize you or something. Sometimes the best things in life can be because bad things preceded them. Whether it be getting rejected from a college, getting rejected from a job, or a girl, or a boy, or missing the flight, or missing a train, or missing a bus. Those things could precede some of your greatest successes. You never know what could happen afterwards. And it's all because there's this thing, it's called yin-yang. I haven't studied Taoism or whatever, but I will. Man, I just got a lot of things I gotta do. But I think it's interesting how we focus so much on bad. We focus so much on evil. We focus so much on, oh my gosh, I can't. And trust me, I'm going through a period of time where I'm going through a period of rejection. I'm socially, economically, quitting my job, trying to apply and get, trust me, I know what it's like. In my own personal life, I face these things. There are lots, and even currently, there are people who do not want anything to do with me, and they've made it very clear. And these things might precede some of my greatest successes. I might be because of these failures, I meet someone, I might get this opportunity, I might just come up with an idea that if things had gone the way they'd gone, you know, I wouldn't be standing here. So I think you've got to learn how to trust a plan, which is annoying, you know, trusting things, trusting some nebulous whatever you believe, trusting that even if you don't see it now, you got to believe in the future. Because what's worse than letting these bad things define you is letting them only define you, because you don't know what your future success is. And your greatest success might be because, yeah, something bad happened. A death in the family, a rejection, professional, social, whatever, romantic. You failing a test. Failing a test might be a good thing, because you never know. Maybe because you failed the test and you took the class, you're like, oh, maybe I don't want to do this major, and you end up being successful in something completely different. Or it forces you to come up with a new learning strategy. Times of growth don't always come with good times before. And I think the sooner we learn that, and that's the lesson of Good Friday. And maybe I might do this, you know, for 4th of July, I might do a thing. Labor Day, I might do a thing. You know, all these holidays, I might do a thing where I reflect on the lessons they're trying to teach and try to see what I can draw from that. Because while, you know, Christianity is very important to me, I have Muslim friends. I know Jewish people. I have people from Hindu backgrounds. I have a lot of friends that are irreligious. And these people matter a lot to me, and so do their ideologies. And I'm not just going to blindly turn a blind eye and just say, oh, well, mine is superior and yours is inferior. No, I'm going to incorporate what they believe into what I believe and create something that I think creates balance and harmony. Because at the end of the day, what kind of world do you not want to live in that doesn't have balance and harmony? It's not a world I want to. I don't want to live in a world where the Fire Nation controls. I'm not going to lie. I want there to be balance in all 4 nations. And as we reflect on whether you celebrate or don't celebrate Good Friday, but if you watch this video, hopefully you understand that when, you know, your greatest failure could be a good thing. I remember learning this thing in English class in 10th grade, and I might bring this topic up because I found it very interesting. It's called eucatastrophe. And it's kind of, the EU is a Greek word which means good. It's where we get the word euphoria, for good feelings. But a eucatastrophe is when something terrible happens, but then things blossom afterwards. Forest fires create new seeds that drop and create something beautiful. Because plants are, sometimes you need the intensity of a fire to release seeds. And that's what I have to say about Good Friday. That it's a good Friday. Your boy's gonna celebrate. I'm gonna enjoy my time. And hopefully you enjoy this time for whatever reason applies to you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for everyone who's liked and subscribed. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Thank you for hitting 200. It means so much. I can't wait to continue making more videos. I can't wait to see where things go and as things grow. Thank you so much. My social will be linked down below and at the end. You can always send me a message on Instagram. I've gotten a few of those which, you know, are always educational. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.